everyone. Welcome to Rhythm and Roads podcast. I'm your host, Joshua Jacob. We have a very special guest. We have Ryan M. Robson. He's a filmmaker, photographer, and owner of the Valley Sessions and Cruces. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for wanting to ask me questions. I don't get that very often, so I
Oh, yeah,
appreciate
man, no
it.
problem. Looking forward to getting to know your story.
I had been wanting to shoot with Nick for one of his songs from his latest works for a while now.
Okay.
And one of the big things for me is that we do the sessions with musicians, right? But I also wanted to start branching out to doing music videos and kind
Yeah.
of more experimental pieces, things that I could shoot that didn't require a whole crew kind of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I pitched him this idea about being in the snow forever ago, and we always had the idea, me and him, that we'd have to go out there to go upstate or somewhere,
Right.
to
And
go
the
shoot
snow.
it. And yeah, and it happened just so serendipitous. It's just so in the moment, it kind of started snowing, and I called him immediately. I was like, hey, do you want to shoot this? We can we picked the perfect space right out my house to kind of put
Oh,
it
it was in your
together.
area? Oh, cool.
Yeah. Well, I wanted it to feel like a neighbor. You know what I mean?
Right.
It feels kind of homely in a way, or quaint. I guess not so much homely, but quaint. There's the song has this kind of. It's about this pool between people. This that's that kind of transcends and things like that. And so, I
Yeah.
wanted the video to feel like that kind of electricity that happens in dusk, during snow, and that kind of stillness, and
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean. And then I use the lamp light, which is the lamp that he's under, the street light that he's under, to kind
Oh,
of
okay.
create this almost somewhat kind of celestial feel, or kind of universal kind of otherness feel, with being just kind of there locally in one spot. So yeah,
Yeah.
no, it was a great time.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, and you did a great job on that whole setup too. I just loved it. And I like that you did pick that kind of around your neighborhood just to give that,
Mhm.
intimate vibe of just it's just
Absolutely.
great setting. I loved it, dude.
Absolutely, and it's like if you watch it too, it's snowing while he's playing too,
Oh,
and
was it? Oh,
yeah, yeah. So
yeah.
in the daytime shots, because I wanted to feel like a conversation between two moments, right? So it's during the day and at night, kind of a
Yeah.
thing. During the day, I know I put film emulation on it because me and Nick, I think, really love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it is snowing, you can see it in his hair and stuff
Oh,
like that. So it
shoot.
is snowing while he's playing, and then at night it kind of had stopped snowing, so it's this stillness with the breath in the air kind of feel. And so
Wow.
I think it has a bit of poetry to it. I'm very happy with it for something that we shot very quickly in a span of a couple hours.
It was
You know what I
that was
mean?
all just a couple of hours?
Yeah, yeah. We had shot a little bit during the afternoon while it was snowing, and
Okay.
then we waited a couple more hours, and then we shot an evening for an hour or two.
Oh, all in
I
one
just
day,
kind of
huh?
yeah, yeah. Well, I had already had the idea in mind, so it was
Right.
just making sure we were in the right place at the right time.
Dang, dude. That's awesome. Well, great job just for one day shoot that it came out.
Thank you.
Yeah, that seems like a month's work.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Just the quality
Well,
of
with
the look, man.
Yeah, with the weather here in Las Cruces, we couldn't afford for it to be a month's work.
Oh no, no. I mean, yeah, cruises. It's very rare that cruises get snow, right?
Absolutely,
That's why
absolutely.
when that happened, you're just like, this is it. Been
Yeah,
waiting.
you gotta. Yeah, when you're a low budget independent filmmaker, you kind of have to take advantage of
Oh,
the
yeah,
weird moments that happen just around this and things like that. So.
yeah, because we're not gonna go hire a team to get a snow machine and
Yeah, I mean, well,
your
just think
snow
about it,
tone.
right? Think about the logistics of trying to get a bunch more people out there to shoot. It would take forever,
Oh
and
yeah, dude.
he just showed up, and we just immediately went outside and started shooting. And so,
And was it
like,
just you doing it, or did you have like your own crew
no,
with?
no, no, it's just me and him. It's me and him the whole time.
Really, just that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Me, him, Bluetooth speaker to sync the audio, and
Oh wow.
yeah, yeah. I collect a lot of old vintage lenses, so I like a certain look with the work that I do,
Oh
and so
okay.
it kind of has that the very softness, but also I always feel it feels like watercolor or oil paintings to me, and so I always want art images,
Yeah.
especially for Valley sessions, to have that feel to it.
No, that's cool, dude. Yeah, I can see that you like that kind of an ambience of the
Hmm.
old school, that kind of look. That's cool.
Yeah, I like things that are tangible. You know what I mean? Even when in a digital age, I feel I still like things that feel like they're real things.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan, I do want to. I just thank you for sharing that. That's incredible. Just what you did with the skating
Absolutely.
music video. That was so cool, dude. And all in one day. And it's just
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
like, bro, what, like, I
Yeah.
should go out there and do some little shorts, man. I'm
You
like, why not
should,
wait for a
man.
whole crew to show up, but I could just go out
You
there and
should.
shoot.
You absolutely should.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised what you can do when you're when you have the resources, when you have just like a small amount of resources.
Yeah.
You can create so much with like limitations and that kind of thing. So.
Yeah. By any chance, before we move on, do you know when that song came out? Ice Skating, was it premiered when this video came out, or it's been
No, no,
released?
no. So it had been released with one of his earlier albums
Oh, it
that I
did.
believe
Okay.
came out last year. Yeah, and I'd been a big fan of his work, and that came out with. There's another song on the album called Torpedo, which is really good, one of my
Oh, okay.
favorites.
I'll check
And
it out.
we did our first session with him, live session with him, for Valley Sessions,
Oh, cool.
um, for that song, and I think it's such a great song.
That's awesome.
We did it in the old Doniana courthouse with like
Oh,
his, it's like cello like really fills the space like with the music and that kind of thing. It's a really beautiful piece, and so one of the changes we're doing this year for our third season for Valley Sessions is not only are we doing live sessions, which is kind of a live performance recording, but also like music videos and the experimental videos and like other like lyric video, like other things to just
yeah.
get us to network with musicians, even if we can't like get a full session in play kind of
Right.
situation.
Well, that's cool.
So yeah, I highly recommend checking out a lot of the other videos if you haven't already.
Yeah.
We
I'll check
have
it out.
in about two years and some change, we've done over 30 music videos.
Wow.
So
Congrats on that, dude.
yeah, which is a
Yeah.
lot of music videos to direct and
That
produce.
is.
So, yeah, yeah. So I'm really proud of it. I'm very excited for like, and then we have like another 5 or 6 that are just like waiting in the wings to get released. So
Oh,
I'm going
really?
to be releasing another one this week, and then probably another one this month, and then 2, 3 more next month, and yeah,
Oh, cool, dude. Oh,
yeah.
you have a lineup already set up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
we have a
man.
schedule already planned for the next couple months, and I think I've already shot about 10 videos since December. So
And already. And they haven't been released, right? You're just doing
no,
it.
no, 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 no. We're talking. Yeah, we at least have like a good like 6, 7 videos unreleased currently, and then I'm shooting another 3 this weekend.
Dude, that's awesome. You're just keeping it up. That way we have
Yeah,
something to look
yeah.
forward to. We're like, all right, next month, and the following.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love doing it. And the project Valley Sessions is it's like the idea is maybe hopefully at some point it'll become a nonprofit or be adopted by a business that then it can kind of work in that facet. But it's just so I can say a little bit about the project specifically. It's like a music video live session production and kind of discovery platform, kind of a web series on YouTube, so to speak. And it's entirely it's like a free service. You know what I mean? Like I put together a community project that is built to create content for musicians, both local and touring, not only to promote them in a way that they could not afford, because who can afford this stuff? You know what I mean? But
Wow,
also
dude. That's awesome.
in a way to incentivize musicians to tour into Las Cruces. And because of the work we've done, we've gotten so many people to come down here that would never have come down here. And
Oh, I bet.
um, yeah, and so we've been able to get kind of Las Cruces. It's really beautiful to be able to see that we've kind of, because of our work, Las Cruces has been added to tour bills and to other things that it just would not have been on, and that kind of
Very
thing.
cool.
So
Very cool.
yeah, yeah, and the work has gotten a lot of these local musicians gigs that they would have had a hard time to get because
Oh,
they didn't have the content for. We've done 3 videos with Sierra already, and she was able to get into
oh,
the Oregon Music
sweet. Yeah,
Festival
yeah.
with her video. Yeah. CW was able to get gigs because of his video. Like, it's
Wow.
definitely helped people a lot.
Yeah.
Papayas Conchila is one of my favorite bands in Las Cruces, and they don't have a ton of content, but now they do because of the work that we did, because we
Oh
put it
my God.
together. Yeah, and so I think it's a great kind of like community kind of very much kind of charity idea based like video production idea that you just don't see a lot of, because this stuff's expensive, and
Oh, yeah.
we want to pay people for this kind of work. But if we were so focused on that, which is money that I don't have and money that most of the people in the city don't have, that's like 35 music videos that just would not exist. That's a lot of networking and a lot of relationships built with people that just would not have happened. And I don't know. I think we should be proud of that work. I think we should be happy that kind of community is being built here in the city. We have 35, 40 plus volunteers, and so each time we do a
Wow.
set, it changes every time. There's always a different group of people every time.
Right.
Different people helping me shoot it, different people helping me do the audio for it, and that kind of thing. And we teach people. We have high school students, college students, high school teachers, college
Oh,
teachers,
dude.
food truck owners, like retirees that come and just want to be a part of the project. It gives you the opportunity to be a part of a set and a film set that's being run by professionals, because I'm part of the IATSE 480 for props, and so I worked on huge budget sets from Netflix to Tyler Perry to large productions
Oh,
on
heck
Network
yeah,
Creative.
dude. Good for you, brother. Awesome.
I've been doing that for the past 5 or 6 years. I've kind of slowed down because I want to take this project a lot more seriously. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude,
Um,
for
there's a
sure.
lot of things that are happening, and the reason I've been able to do the amount of content we've been able to create in such a short amount of time this year is because of that. Because I was like, you know what? Like, what if we really take this seriously? What if we really
Yeah,
treat it like an entity and treat it like a production kind of company, so to
yeah.
speak? So yeah, no, I'm very grateful that not only have we had a ton of people volunteer to be a part of it, but also just like the musicians that want to be a part. Like we have so many musicians that I have to
Oh,
sift through that
man.
are messaging us all the time that want to come down here. You know what I mean? And tour down here and stay here in our city and in our area. You know
That's
what I mean? And
awesome.
that's how you change the environment. That's how you
Yeah.
change the culture. That's how you change the language and how we treat people, treat crew, treat musicians, treat spaces, and that kind of thing. And yeah, so I'm hoping the project's doing as much good as I'm saying it is. But
Well,
it always
dude,
comes from the hope of other people and how they feel about it and that kind of thing.
yeah, I just want to say, like, I'm just so inspired by you that you are giving your time and your creativity and even your own production company to do this at no cost to artists. And I mean, that's just incredible. I mean, yeah, I've seen your work. I'm like, dude, you're not like getting paid for this. Like, but the
I
thing
know,
is,
I know.
like, I admire what you're doing because you're giving back in a way to say, I know it's too expensive for people to kind of get this real quick, but if you can make it out here, I will help you. And you're wanting to help, bro. And I mean,
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong getting paid for it either. But the thing is, if that's what you feel in your heart right now to just give, kind of,
absolutely.
and then you're gonna be blessed in the future, dude. I mean, you're already blessed already, getting
Yeah,
artists hitting you up and be like, hey man, like doors are opening for you, bro. So
yeah, yeah. I hope so. Yeah, I think
heck yeah,
that
dude.
ultimately, like the reality is that in this area, being a local filmmaker is not an easy
Yeah,
thing, and being taken seriously as a local filmmaker is even harder. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of resources out here for us, and so it's not. I'm not going to get hired to direct something. I'm not going to get hired to direct this or that unless it's from that specific person, not from a company, not from a production company that comes out here. I've worked on huge productions to know that these productions don't come out here for us. They're not out here for our city. They're not out here for our people and for our culture. They're here to shoot cheap and fast. You know what I mean?
right,
And
right.
so it doesn't build a relationship with anyone. You know what I mean? And then oftentimes it actually damages relationships where there are
Oh,
locations we can't shoot at anymore because like one film burned it. You know what I mean? And so
mhm.
I realized that we needed to build something for our community here that could be here before, like Cruces is changing.
Yeah, it is.
It's gonna take 5+ years for it to fully change, but it is changing. And
Yeah, it is.
um, I don't know if everyone's really realized that it's only a matter of time before a lot of production companies that aren't from here are going to be able to come in, buy a lot of property, buy a lot of resources, hold on to a lot of this stuff for bigger productions, and that kind of leaves nothing for anyone that wants to live here and create art. And
Mm.
so the hopes is that we could create something like Valley Sessions that film's always private, right? When you're on set, it's like no phones, no this, no talking, don't look the actors in the eye kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's always very like private in a way. And I think sometimes it's for its benefit, but sometimes I think it's not. And so the great thing about music is that music at its basic standpoint is always communal. You know what I mean? And so therefore, when we do these projects, we have an open door policy. People are always allowed and always welcome to come and just join us and be a part of what we're doing. We teach people what we're doing too. There's no gatekeeping involved in anything that I'm doing. It's something I experienced working for the union in film and working in other productions, and that happens a lot. And these jobs are not novel. They're really not. They're not novel. You can learn a lot of it in a day, and you can kind of take care of yourself financially if you're able to kind of get those jobs. But there's not a lot of people, I think, really teaching people how to do this stuff and kind of the way that it should be done and the way we should be treating people too on set. I've experienced some bad sets, and it's unfortunate. And I think film can kind of breed that at some point. But I'm hoping that the project that we're doing is deliberately kind of in opposition of that kind of mindset, and deliberately kind of helping people and benefiting people. I mean, think about it, right? Like, we're providing this program that is not only providing content for musicians that can't afford it or otherwise wouldn't be able to, or otherwise are coming down here deliberately for it, therefore adding to our culture, adding to our
Right.
space, by being kind of a touring city. And then also are offering opportunities for students to come and learn from us, and other people to, like we have such a quick turnaround for people that want to do cinematography for this project. We show them how we do it, and we give them the opportunity and the chance to do it.
Absolutely.
And we've had little hiccups along the way, but that's part of it. That's part
Oh
of
yeah.
building. It's part of having people involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I hope that it's doing that work and that people are seeing and stuff. It takes time, and I've been doing it for over 2 years now, and the
Uh,
amount of videos that we have is insane. Is way more than I thought I'd ever make with this project. And so, I
dude.
I think definitely that this year I'm hoping to just do as many as I can. I don't know. There's a lot of people in the world that are doing kind of what they want to be doing. You know
Right.
what I mean? Regardless of how people feel and how people in the world feel. So I
Yeah.
figured that I should be allowed the opportunity to do the same in some way.
Oh, heck yeah, dude. That's right. Continue to do that. Just do what you're doing and love what you're doing, what you are, and it's just stick with it, brother. And I gotta tell you, bro, I'm definitely down to go up there in Cruces
Yeah,
and be on
please.
set because
Absolutely.
my brother's a filmmaker in LA. I want to get more skills on learning, and I'm very big on, well, I would like to learn how to direct a music video. I've always been inspired by music videos of just the creativity of storytelling and the artist. And I was just like, I would love to learn more about that. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. Everyone's invited. You're invited. You just message us on Instagram on Valley Sessions, and we'll tell you where we're going to be, what our schedule looks like,
yeah,
and
dude.
if you can make it, great. If you can't, no worries.
Hmm.
We're going to do it anyways, and there's always going to be another one. So
All right, dude. I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm definitely interested. I do want to go and be a part of just what you're doing and just help out and get more experience because if I can't do that and I'm not part of a huge, set yet, like and Netflix, but at least we're starting out in a way that, like you said, it's like we're not there, but we're getting there to the point of just where you can learn.
right, exactly,
You're
and
not paying these big companies something, you know what I mean?
exactly. And what the hopes is that when I think Cruises starts doing that turnover to kind of being more industrial in that way for
Yeah,
film, that we already have something like this in place that is already representing our city in a way that we
that's
care
right.
about.
Yeah,
It'd
dude.
be so easy for someone to come and do exactly what I'm doing because they could afford it. You know what I mean? From
Right.
producers out of LA and New York, I've been in the rooms and hear them talk about that kind of situation where they can easily afford property out here that we can't afford. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
a huge disparity in terms of class. And so,
Yeah.
um, my hopes is that before they come out here, before they start making waves, we already have something here that is,
Yeah.
by our decision, talking and showcasing our places and our areas the way that we want it to
Right.
happen.
Yeah,
It'd be
dude.
so easy for someone to come down here, like I've been on these films, it's always about, cartel, drugs, and money and that kind of thing. And that's not a full representation of what this area is.
Mm.
There's a lot of culture and peoples here and a lot of beauty here. And so
Yeah.
this project gives us the opportunity to kind of have that conversation already and build a history of like what our city feels like and what our city looks like. You know what I mean? Like, we have locations on our videos that like don't exist anymore. They're businesses that stop working. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But now we have that history of it. We
Yeah.
have a video in Apodaca Park, which has been an abandoned pool in the middle of that park in Las Cruces forever. And so now we have video evidence of that kind of the history of our city in that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think a lot more people could afford it more than I could to keep doing it. But I'm hoping that it's being, it's always been a gift to Las Cruces. It's always been a love letter to this area. I'm from El Paso originally, and
How are
um,
you? Okay. Cool.
yeah. And so we've already started branching into El Paso. We shot our first video in El Paso
Oh, you
a
shot your
couple of
first
weeks ago.
video in El Paso?
Yeah, a couple of
Yeah.
weeks ago. We've shot in Silver City. We've shot in TRC. I'm going back to Silver City this weekend.
Oh,
So yeah, we're just kind of branching out, and this has the opportunity to do that in ways that, like, I think film production doesn't necessarily have the ability to do, and
yeah.
like other commercial work. And so, hopefully, we get enough support and get enough, hopefully, funding is kind of what I'm hoping for in the next kind of year or two, so that we can really just kind of build something for this area that is already here, that is already employing local people, local artists, local musicians, and bringing talent down here because they should be coming down here. It's a
They
great
should.
space.
Yeah,
It's a great area, man.
yeah. If I was a musician, I'd be like, bro, let's next weekend.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a lot how it is. I'm very grateful for some of the resources I have in other cities where they're like, we're talking to a booking agency in Tennessee that's like they're sending people down here for us.
That's cool,
Like
dude.
we
Very,
want them to be a part of what you guys are
yeah.
doing. So
Oh yeah. I mean,
Tennessee, Colorado, New Jersey, New York, like we're getting conversations with those kind of companies that are like, we want to send people down here. We
yeah.
want to send people to your area, and that's only going to grow our city. It's only going to grow our spaces. Like so many of the musicians that we've already shot with keep coming back down here. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Even
I
separate
would
from me,
too.
yeah, they keep coming back down here, and so, I'm half sure one of them specifically is going to move down here soon, just because how much
Oh
he
yeah,
enjoyed
man.
being in this area and that kind of thing. And
Yeah.
we'll keep making content for him. We'll keep making content for everyone else, and so
Yeah, dude.
yeah, it feels like a community. It feels like a family. I struggle a lot with like I think mental health problems, and so this was something that I think gave me the opportunity to not feel so alone in my art and that kind of
Oh,
thing. So now it's like a whole group of people that
yeah.
I can message and be like, hey, like I care about this. Do you also care about this? And they're like,
Yeah,
yeah, let's do
dude.
it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that feels really special. It feels important. So.
It is, man. And I'm glad that you do reach out to your circle of friends and just the community, and they're there to support you. And yeah, and it's totally agree. And your love for this craft, it's getting you to help you. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
dude, you could always hit me up, bro. Just like, hey,
I appreciate it.
we're doing this. You want to come by? Heck yeah, bro. Because it's my father just brought that up. He lives here in El Paso. I went to go visit him this past weekend, and because of our, passing of our friend. But he mentioned he's like,
I'm sorry about that.
gosh, he's like, sorry.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. But he was just like, hey, how come you haven't gone to cruises more, like to visit, people out there that are filmmakers and all that? And I was like, I'm just busy here with work and my podcast here in El Paso. But I was like, but I am going next month for the film festival. But then I drove, when I left from the house, I thought about it. I was like, yeah, why? How come I'm not going out there more than I should
You
and being
should,
around
man. You should come out here.
filmmakers and just hanging out and just learn.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, dude, I'm
yeah.
always down to hang out, bro. Like go out and
Absolutely.
you out and do what I can.
Yeah, absolutely. Just let us. I'll let you know kind of what we're doing next and what we're shooting. I know we're shooting one this Saturday here in Cruces too, so you're always welcome to come
Oh, you're
hang out.
shooting this Saturday?
Yeah, yeah. I'm shooting two in Silver City on Friday and then one in Las Cruces on Saturday
Oh,
with
cool.
Chrissy May Casey out of LA. She's a really great, beautiful folk singer. Kind of like yeah, it's really great music. I don't know. I'm a big fan of some of the music that we shoot, and so it's
Yeah.
always nice whenever it's like it aligns with more of my taste. It's tough, I mean, you have to. At a certain point, I realized like, oh snap, I have to like make decisions on who we shoot with or don't shoot with, and that's weird. That's such a weird thing to do. So it's been a fun little way to kind of figure out how to curate something.
Right.
In a space that I care about and something. So it's funny. It's a little funky thing, but I'm figuring it out.
Yeah, dude. I'm glad that you did. And that's the thing too is I just want you to continue despite, I know there's always critics and there's always people that are, you know, I don't know, there's always competition, right? There's always that, but just continue to
Yeah,
always believe in the way that you are doing what you're doing right now because as you're doing it, as time goes, you will see more of this doors opening. You're gonna be like, "Oh man, thank God it didn't stop." I mean, you could probably already see the fruit of it, but I'm just saying, just keep going, brother. Just keep your focus.
thank you,
The narrow
thank
road,
you.
man. Just keep going.
Yeah, man, I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I always need it. I always need it. Yeah, there's definitely times where, I'm like 5 videos in, like every other 5 or 6 videos, I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, should I still be doing this? But I think ultimately I do really enjoy it. I do like having the opportunity to kind of build relationships with the musicians and kind of with the crew and with the spaces and
Yeah.
kind of seeing the videos, and I think they're beautiful. I think they are pieces of art regardless of whether some people think they're film or not film,
Yeah.
or I mean, I think that at a glance, like music videos are always kind of like ads for the musician and that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of work that goes into these. There's a lot of deliberation, a lot of like
Yeah.
curation that goes into it. We really work with these musicians about their song, and we really find spaces that we think elevate their music and the
Yeah,
poetry that they send us within their song and that kind of thing. So
that's cool, man.
there's a lot of really specific decisions being made. It's not just us showing up and shooting, although that happens every now and again because it has to,
Oh,
obviously, in the scheme of things. But no, we put. I like to think we put a ton of effort into what we're doing, even as like a space that's like communal and like like volunteer and like low no budget kind of situation.
yeah.
So yeah.
Cool, man. Well, I do want to ask, are you going to be at the film festival?
Yeah. I should be. So I have Marley Hale, which is Marley Hale's a live session we did last year.
Okay.
So that's showcasing at the festival,
Oh, sweet.
the
All
film
right.
festival. Yeah, for the music video spot. So I'll be there at the music video spot for sure. I love music videos inherently,
Oh,
so I definitely want to see all the other ones. But that's definitely it's from her latest album that just kind of came out a couple months like mid last year,
okay.
and it's definitely like I think um, one of our cinematographers, Kent Harkey, it's definitely like one of our favorite videos of last year. Like we put a lot of effort into it. We
Yeah.
found a really special place in Silver City. We decorated the whole ballroom that we're shooting
Really?
in, and
Oh,
it's
wow.
her with like a fiddle player, and it's such a fun, like interesting space. So yeah,
Wow.
I'm excited to see it on like a bigger screen at the
Yeah, yeah.
film festival. So I'll definitely be there,
And
so
when
people
is
can
this
come.
music video premiering at the festival?
Oh man. Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I don't remember. Everyone else knows. Everyone else always
Okay.
remembers.
Yeah.
There's usually someone I can just ask. That's like
Yeah.
remembers that kind of stuff. I forget. I mean, I know I'm shooting this weekend is what I remember. You
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll
Oh,
figure it out. But
all right.
if I think if you just go to the website, it's the music video block, and so I think
Okay.
there's only one block of it. So I'll be there. I'll be there for that for sure.
Cool, dude. Well, I'll be there April 11th and 12th at the film festival. So, doing some live interviews, going around.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, kind of like
Awesome.
my goal is to do more like the Oscars, how you're on the red carpet and just asking like 5 minute, questions, just how your experience going about them.
Yeah.
So just keep it short because I mean, there's so many people that are there to network and just
Absolutely.
I don't want to take their time 15, 30 minutes. Like, come on, like it's so I just probably my goal is just to do more like 5 minutes, 10 tops of just quick interviews, kind of like they do at the Oscars. So,
Yeah, no, I think that'd be a lot of fun. Well, I hope to see you there then.
oh,
It'd
you
be
will,
really
bro.
fun.
Well, I'll be there on the 11, 12. I mean, bro, actually, I hope to see you Saturday because I am off Saturday. But if I
Okay,
do
cool.
go out
Yeah,
there, I might just be there for a little bit.
yeah.
I do have some,
No
um,
worries at all.
I do have some shows going to Saturday night to visit. What time are you guys shooting?
It'll probably be morning, probably like 9 to 12 or something like that.
Okay.
It's pretty
Oh, not
quick.
that
It's
late.
very quick. We do
Okay.
like one song. It's very quick. We always try and make sure that whenever we do if you watch our videos, we always have the film gate, the slate that like claps at the beginning of every
Oh, yeah,
video
yeah.
of the live sessions, and we always train a different person to do it every time.
Oh,
So
cool, dude.
we'll have if you come, we'll have you do it.
Hey, man, that works. Yeah, I'll look
Uh,
to see if I'm doing any interviews Saturday in the morning, but if I don't, then I'll
yeah,
make my way out there, man.
no worries, no worries. We appreciate it. Well, we hope to see you. It'd be a good time.
Yeah, man. Well, before we close the podcast, I just want to say that just truly inspired by just you, bro. I mean, the heart that you have for your community and just what you're doing for artists. You're giving them a platform, you're giving them a voice to share their talent, and you're not getting really anything from it as in pay, but you're getting so much in return that has nothing to do with money. You're getting their time, you're getting talent, you're getting just the experience. That there is like well worth, well worth it, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. I
Like
think
with what I'm doing with Rhythm and Roads, I mean, I don't have sponsors. I'm not getting paid.
no, no,
But the thing
no.
is, last year I was almost in that same mindset of asking myself, why am I doing this? Like, should I continue? And my ex at the time asked me this, that I always ask myself this. And I'm not saying I haven't lately. No, I love what I'm doing. But just at one point, I did question it. And she asked me, well, why is it you do it? Why do you do it? And when I thought about it, which I think you did right now, you thought about why you do it. I said, because every story that I've listened to since the beginning, almost 2 years, there's always a unique story from someone that I'm learning, and I just feel
Yeah,
inspired and blessed by that. And that's why I do it because I love it. I love hearing your story. I love seeing the growth. I love seeing what you went from A through Z. And then not everyone has always a smooth ride. There's been obstacles, challenges, but they did it. They did something, They didn't
Yeah,
stop. That's why I love their stories. So that's why I do this because I love hearing your story.
yeah, yeah.
Story
Always.
inspires
Yeah,
people out there to, even if it's one person, five people, 50 people, someone's going to be inspired and be like, man, if they can do it, I can do it. I'm
yeah,
not going to give
yeah.
up. So,
Sometimes all you have to do is just do it. You know what I mean? You
yeah,
just
man,
go
just
out and
do it,
do it.
man.
You go out and shoot it. You go out and you know what I mean? Like if we let so much kind of stop us, it's like 35 music videos I never would have
Oh,
directed,
no,
you know
dude.
what I mean, or
No.
produced and that kind of thing. And I'm very proud that they're of I think a quality and caliber that hopefully people see the love and the work that we put into it. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
And I do it because it feels good to not be alone in that kind of space too. It feels
Right,
good to feel like you're part of something. And I feel
right.
like ultimately that's kind of what a lot of us want. You know what I mean?
To be a part of it,
And
you know.
yeah, and so hopefully even like hopefully no matter who wants to be a part of it can be a part of it and be a part of that community and that space and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like I said, we're pretty good about letting anyone that wants to come.
it's
So
awesome, dude. Yeah.
yeah,
Good for you, man. Yeah, you're definitely making a difference already. So good for you.
I hope so. Yeah, I really do.
And Ryan, before we leave, can you let the viewers know how they can find you on social media, your Valley sessions?
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's primarily a YouTube series, so you can find us on Valley Sessions on YouTube. You can check out the past seasons, first season, second season, and now we're on our third season. We're a couple videos into our third season, so you can check out the videos there. Excuse me. You can also find us at A Valley Sessions on Instagram, which is where we post a lot of the main content for like what we're doing and kind of like what videos are coming out, and you can read up like my opinion about the videos and impressions
Oh,
and stuff
cool.
like that and
Nice.
stuff like that. Yeah, and then we also have a Patreon, which I feel like I have to plug because I'll go crazy. I'll think about it later if I don't. So if people want to support the project, we have like $1 donation a month kind of situation.
Oh,
It
cool. All
just
right.
helps me make sure that we have coffee on set and pizzas every now and again and stuff
Oh,
like that.
sweet,
So,
man.
yeah.
And your Instagram is that?
Yeah, that's my own personal Instagram is Ryan M Robson, where you can see hopefully at some point more work that I'm doing other than just
Nice.
this. But really the main Instagram is the A Valley session
Hey,
on
Valley.
Instagram.
Okay. The main.
Yeah, that's where you see all the reels. You get to check out some music and hopefully maybe just find something that you love, something that resonates with you, some music that resonates with you, and then go support that artist and go listen to that artist and
Yeah.
you see this beautiful circle of all of us kind of creatives investing in each other. So
That's right, man. That's what it's about.
absolutely.
Well, thank you, Ryan M. Robson. I really appreciate you. I really do. Just sharing your incredible journey with Valley Sessions and just what you're doing for the community of Las Cruces. And man, just so glad that people like the musicians out there are blessed by you. They're
I
saying, man, I
appreciate it.
can't have
Thank
afford
you.
something like this to have this music video, to have the way it looks. Like, thank you for just believing in me and my music and having my music out there to show. So that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, thank you. I
Yeah, man.
appreciate it.
All right, guys. Well, thank you again for watching this episode and for Ryan for coming on Rhythm and Roads podcast. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.